Our 10th standard first unit is personality development in English. What is personality development? Personality development is nothing but our behavior, our attitudes, our thoughts. There are many people nowadays thinking that they are depressed. They can't do many things. But if you come to know about many people who are disabled, please who are disabled, through their thoughts and ideas, they achieve great success. Such people are Stephen Hawking, Helen Keller, Sudha Ramchandran. Sudha Ramchandran, she is a great dancer. In a small age, she lost her legs, but still, with artificial legs, she started dancing. Helen Keller, she is deaf and blind, but she became an activist and she is a role model for many people. Stephen Hawking, his complete body parts are disabled, that does not work. Only with his mind, he does the work, controls the physics of the universe. So, these are the people, though they are disabled, they achieve success in life. So, every person should have attitudes. Attitude means your aims, your goals, and you should know to achieve it to go to great heights. What we call it as attitude. Attitudes means our aims, our goals. When we become successful in these goals, you achieve altitude, which is of going for great heights. So, there are many people who are disabled, but they are very successful in their life with their attitudes. Before I start this lesson, attitude is altitude, let me ask you some questions. Imagine yourself without hands and legs. If you wake up in your morning, can you stretch your hands? Can you stretch your legs? If you don't have hands and legs, can you walk? Can you play? Can you jump? Can you hit pebbles? With your hand, if you don't have hands, can you eat? Can you write? Can you play things? Can you hold your mother? You can't do all these things. But you feel sad. Why I am like this? But here today I am going to say you about a person called Nick Vujicic. He is a torso. He is a torso. Who is called as a torso? A person does not have hands and legs is called as a torso. But still, he has made a Guinness World Record. How is it? So let us come into the lesson and follow. Nick Vujicic was born with no arms and legs. Did not have arms and legs. But it does not let the details stop. Details means did not stop his work. He kept on doing his work. The brave 26-year-old who is mainly a torso. Underline the word torso and write. Does not have arms and legs. Plays football and goals, swims and surfs. Despite having no legs. Despite means though there are no limbs. Limbs means arms and legs. Though he does not have arms and legs, he swims, he plays football, he surfs. What is surfs? Skating on the waves is called as a surfs. Nick has a small foot on his left hip which helps him balance and enables him to kick. So on his left hip he had a small foot. With the help of that foot it helps him to balance his body to stand straight. And he used to kick things with that small foot which is on his left hip. He uses his one foot to type. With the toe, he used to type, write with a pen and pick things by between his toes. I call it my chicken drumstick. Who is I here? I means Nick. He is talking because his small foot is helping him to play, pick things and enables him to stand. So, he kept a pet name for that small foot which is called as chicken drumstick. Nick was born in Melbourne, Australia, but now in Los Angeles. He'd be lost without it. He said that if there is no small food, he would have died. He would not live for a longer time. Water sports are Nick's only thing. He also plays golf and with a club tucked under his chin and is a huge fan of English Premier League. So he not only played swimming but also he played golf. Golf means with a stick hits a ball on the ground and it goes and falls somewhere far. So, but he used to take the stick and he used to keep it under the chin, which we call it as a tuck. Tucked means underline tuck, kept the stick under his chin and he used to hit the ball and it is going fall in the hole. And he likes English Premier League. What is English Premier League means? Means England cricket, England football it is. His parents decided not to send him to special school, a decision he said very hard for him. So his parents did not send to a special school. What is a special school? Special school means it's nothing but a school for the disabled people. Parents did not send him to that special school. They joined him in a normal school where all the children with full body parts go to such school. They send him. But which may have been the best decision they could have made for him. That's the best decision what their parents had taken. Why is it the best decision? Because suppose if he go to a special school for the disabled school, there he will be treated kindly with everyone. But suppose suddenly he goes out, anybody tease him, at that time he will feel sad. So for that, he thought that parents had taken the best decision. When Nick was born, his father was so shocked that he left the hospital room to vomit. So when Nick was baby, when he was born, without hands and legs, his father saw him and he was terrified seeing a boy without arms and legs. So his father went out of the room, hospital room, to vomit. His distraught mother, what is called distraught, underline the word distraught, anxious. His mother couldn't bring himself to hold him until he was 4 months. Mother was not able to hold the baby when he was born because he does not have hands and legs. So until the baby was 4 months, mother did not even hold him in its hands. His disability came without any medical explanation, a rare occurrence called phocomelia. So he got a disease called phocomelia. This is disease for 1,000 for one child will get without arms and legs. Such type of disease is got to Nick Vujicic. So Nick's parents spent many years asking why this cruel trick happened to them. So his parents started asking why God has gave a baby for us like this without arms and legs. My mother was a nurse. Who is Meyer? Nick's mother was a nurse and she did everything right during pregnancy and she still blamed herself. So when she was pregnant, she took lots of care because she is a nurse. But still, she got a baby without arms and legs. It was so hard for them. But right from the start, they did their best to make me independent. So, to make, a word to is followed by a verb V1. Always, to is followed with a verb V1, present tense verb. To make him independent. Underline the word independent. Independent means to stand without anybody's support. To live without support. So the parents gave him the courage that he can do all his things on his own without depending on others. My dad put me in water at 18 months and gave the courage to learn how to swim. To learn to swim. To is followed with V1 verb learn. To is followed with V1 verb swim, to swim. So, when he was 18 months old, his father gave him the courage to learn and swim. I also got really into football and skateboarding. So, he played football and even skateboarding also. What is skateboarding? Skateboarding is a narrow board. It's a narrow wooden boat it is, on which you can surf on ocean waves. Nick's father was a computer programmer and an accountant and taught his little son how to type with a toe at just 6 years old. So, his mother is a nurse, father is an accountant and a computer programmer. He taught his son how to type when Nick was 6 years old. His mom invented a special plastic device that meant he could hold a pen and a pencil. His mother prepared a special plastic device with which, with the small toes, he can hold the device with the pen and a pencil. Despite the risk of being bullied, in spite of being bullied, bullied means scoldings, teasings, hatred, all this come. His parents insisted at his attending mainstream school. Underline mainstream school. Mainstream school means a school for the normal children. It was the best decision they could have made for me. It means mainstream school. Going to mainstream school. Me means Nick. Adds Nick, who later achieved a degree in financial planning and real estate. It was very hard but gave me independence. First, he did a degree in financial planning and real estate. First, he thought it was very difficult to go and study and sit among the normal children. But later on, he started getting courage. And before itself he expected, when he is sitting with the normal children, others will tease me, others will bully me. So, he mentally had fixed himself. Nick, who was teased and bullied, had an electrical wheelchair for mobility and a team of carers to help him. So, Nick had, though he was teased and bullied, he had a electrical wheelchair for movement, mobility, movement. Electrical wheelchair for movement, and he had a team of people to take care of him. I was deeply depressed when I was 8 years old. Who is I here? Nick. When he was 8 years old, he was very depressed. He was thinking, why God has created me like this? He wanted to die. So he said this. I went to my mom crying and told her I wanted to kill myself. So he said to his mother, I wanted to die. I felt cold and bitter. I hated God for doing this to me. I was terrified of what would happen when my parents weren't there to look after me. He felt cold and bitter, underline cold and bitter. He was worried when he hated God, why he has created him like this. And then he thought, if my parents are not there, because my parents are taking care of me, I am like this. Suppose if my parents are not there, what would happen to me? All these thoughts came into Nick's mind. I would brush my own teeth with a small wall-mounted brush and wash my own hair with a pump action soap. So, he used to brush his teeth with a wall-mounted. For the wall, a brush used to be fixed and he used to brush his teeth. And then, he used to wash his hair with a pump action soap. But there was so much that was impossible for me. So, he said many things that he cannot do, though his parents helped, arranged all these things for him. There are many things which Nick could not do. At age 10, Nick tried to drown himself in the water bath, but luckily the attempt was unsuccessful. When Nick was 10 years old, he wanted to kill himself, wanted to commit suicide. So in a water tub, he felt like drowning inside. I felt there was no purpose. When you lack purpose and strength, it is hard to hold on. What is purpose? Underline purpose. Purpose means reason. There is no reason why I was born. If there is some reason, he could do many things. But what's the use of me to live like this, he thought. But with the help of his religion, friends and family, Nick managed to pull through to become an international symbol of triumph over adversity. Underline triumph over adversity. Triumph means victory. Adversity means difficulties. So with the help of his family, friends, he started getting through become successful even at his difficult times. When I was 13, I read a newspaper article about a disabled man who had managed to achieve great things and helped others, said Nick. When Nick was 13 years of age, then he read one newspaper article. Newspaper article means in a newspaper, the matter what we come, it's called as an article. He read a newspaper article that one disabled man, he did great things. After reading that, I realized why God had made us like this, to give hope to others. It was so inspirational to me that I decided to use my life to encourage other people and give them the courage that the article had given me. To give. To is followed with the verb V1. To give. And so he realized why God has created me like this. And then he too started thinking, yes, normal people who had full body parts, they think that they have many difficulties. After seeing to the disabled people that they can do many things and achieve great success. So God had used me as a messenger to give message to other people. I decided to be thankful for what I do have, not get angry about what I don't. So from that day onwards, he felt very thankful towards God for creating him like this. From that day he decided, I should think happy for what God has given me and not feel sad for what I don't have. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, you know what the word is right, that I have no arms and legs, but they will never take away the beauty of my eyes. So he thought, I don't have arms and legs, but there are beautiful eyes, what God has given me. Nobody can take away my beautiful eyes, he said. Who is he? He means Nick. I wanted to concentrate on something good that I had. From that day onwards, he started thinking on what I have the good. Let me think about it, but not feel sad for what I don't have. The challenges in our lives are there to strengthen our convictions. Challenges, or difficulties, or troubles, or problems are called as challenges, are there to strengthen our convictions. Underline the word convictions. Convictions, beliefs, trust. So we should believe, feel happy for what we have and come through all our difficulties. They are not there to run us over, said Nick. In 1990, Nick won the Australian Young Citizen of the Year award for his bravery and perseverance. So he got an award for his bravery. What are the things that Nick did for his bravery? Nick is a torso. Torso means he does not have any legs to stretch and to stand and balance. So his body used to be almost like a round like this. So he had a low center of gravity. He had a low center of gravity so that he can do round very easily. He did 360-degree spin on the skateboard within 48 hours. Within 48 hours on the skateboard. So for that he created a world record. And once I was in a car seat, a girl at the traffic light was looking at me interestingly. So when Nick was going in a car, one of the girl who is passing by saw Nick. She was very fascinated with the beautiful eyes what he had. She could only see my head, so I decided to do 360-degree spin in the car seat to freak the girl out. To freak, underline, to make the girl run away. 360-degree means around, turning around very easily. So on the car seat, he did 360-degree spin. Her face was like, whoa, what is going on? She sped up really quickly. When Nick did 360-degree spin, the girl saw that he was a torso and she freaked out, went away very fast. But the girl was very beautiful. Nick began traveling the world. In 2008, he went to Hawaii and met a surfing master, Beth Hamilton, who had her arm bitten off by a shark when she was 13. So, before learning the surfing, Nick went to Hawaii, a place called there a surfer master. Surfing means skating on the waves in the ocean. And the surfing master name is Bethany Hamilton. When she was 12 years old, she fell into the water and her right arm was bitten by a shark. Shark is a fish in the water which has bitten Bethany Hamilton's arm. So Nick went to her and asked her to teach him surfing. Then she said, why did you select me as your surfing master? Because you are a disabled. Even she is a disabled person because she does not have a right arm. And even Nick does not have arms and legs. So he said that a disabled can understand the feeling of a disabled person. So I selected you as my surfer master. She was amazing, said Nick. Amazing, she was wonderful. She taught me how to surf and was terrified at first, but once I got up there, it felt absolutely fantastic. So, first while going into the water for skating, he felt very fearful. But later on, when he started doing surfing, he felt it was very wonderful, fantastic, it was wonderful. And I caught some waves pretty well, and he was going in the waves very happily. Nick quickly learned how to do the 360-degree spin on this board, a feat that got him on the cover of a surfer magazine within 48 hours. When Nick did a world record 360-degree spin within 48 hours on the skateboard, it was a Guinness World Record. So the newspaper articles and the magazine, sports magazine cover page was the Nick's record it was. No one has ever done that in the history of surfing, he said. But I have a very low center of gravity, so I have got pretty good balance. Because he had very low center of gravity, so he is able to balance and do 360-degree spin on the skateboard. He has visited different countries all over the world. The football fan is now a motivational speaker and has traveled to over 24 countries, speaking to groups of people up to 1,10,000 people. So he went to 24 countries and started giving motivational speeches and inspiring many people that if a disabled person can get inspired others, it was very wonderful. He moved to Los Angeles in 2007 and planned to continue to travel the world. So he thought, first he went to Los Angeles and then he traveled all over the world. In 2009, he visited South America and the Middle East. In 2008, Kanemia, a beautiful young girl whose mother was a Mexican, father was a Japanese, attended to a meeting where Nick was white speaker in Texas. So, once in the Texas, when Nick was giving a meeting, a girl called Kanemia, along with her mother. Her mother is a Mexican, the father is a Japanese. Along with his parents, she went to the speeches. She listened to his speeches. Kane was attracted to Nick's message. From that time, they were in touch with each other to share the ideas and giving hope to the needy, and they became close friends. Kanemia and Nick became close friends and they started helping the needy. Finally, they fell in love and the engagement happened in August 2011. Nick put the engagement ring on Kane's finger with his mouth and then said the most beautiful words every girl wants to hear coming from a man's mouth. Baby, I love you, he said, and he kept the engagement ring to her finger. Nick and Kane got married on February 12, 2012, and on February 13, 2013, they were blessed with the birth of a healthy baby boy with full body parts. They got a baby boy with full body parts. Nick and Kane wrote an inspirational book called Love Without Limits together, and it's published in 2014. So Nick gave a message. If I fail, I try again and again and again. If you fail, are you going to try? Again, the human spirit can handle much more worse than we realize. So he said, human person, man, if they think they can try again and again and again and can become successful. It matters how you are going to finish. Are you going to finish strong? Said Nick. So how we finish successful is up to the person who is doing the work. I tell people to keep on getting up when they fall and to always love themselves. So whenever we fail, whenever we do mistake, learn from the mistakes and stand up, said Nick. He said, if I can encourage just one person, then my job in life is done. He said that if I can encourage one person through my words, if anybody can develop, then my work in this world is completed, said Nick.